Grenades, monsters, bows, swords, survival. This game has it all. You could say that this is a modern day Skyrim. So let's dive in to Elex II. Hey guys, and welcome to Cloud Gaming Extreme channel, and thanks to THQ Nordic for letting us have a key to test out this game, and we were thrilled to see that it landed on GeForce NOW day and date. So we're going to have a look on the GeForce NOW 3080 tier here, and it's a good job because this game needs the performance boost. At 1440 here you can see that we've got everything maxed out. We've got field depth on. There is no motion blur setting, which is a little bit annoying as this game could really do with dropping that motion blur. You can see moving around, we've got a jetpack as well. This game really does have it all with a massive crafting system and a interesting melee combat style, which is a little bit difficult to get used to as there's no lock on. This game does leave you to your own devices a lot of the time. There is no waypoint map system for objectives. Although you can drop a waypoint on the map, there's no pathfinder or guidance system, so you really do have to find your own way around. As you can see from the frames per second, we are looking at some gorgeous graphics most of the time. It does get a little bit janky in some areas, but we're only managing around 70 frames per second. This game even pushing the RTX 3080. As I said, there's so much to this game, and this is why it's a slightly longer video, but I just wanted to cover a lot of these aspects. The jetpack system is all upgradable, except you really need to work on your stats. And the stats in this game really do play a big part to your character building. You can craft everything from potions, cooking, your melee weapons, ranged weapons, and even some guns and stuff later on. There is just a lot to this game, and you really do need to trial and error, as it looks like in the early game that you can take on some of the bigger monsters. However, if they hit you just once or twice, then it is game over. So you do really need to watch out for those death symbols, making sure that it's a not so difficult opponent before you dive into that battle. Death is permanent. You do have to go back to your last save point. So there is no respawn mechanic. Once you're dead, you're dead. The cutscenes are flashing back to what I can assume is the first game. As I did not play the first game, it is a little bit difficult diving in. As I said, the map is huge and the jetpack really does come in handy on getting around. It's really short bursts in the first instance, but using it to jump down large slopes rather than having to run round, and also being able to climb up using that as well, really does make getting around a little bit more easy, as well as the teleportation fast travel system. No cost to that, you just have to find the teleporters as you go around. So as you can see, the graphics are pretty good most of the time. The character model detail is very good. The upgrade system on the characters as well is really well thought out. This will really play a huge part in the type of character you want to build later, and you really need to pay attention to those stats depending on the weapons that you want. So for a bow you need strength as well as dexterity, and then for some of the bigger weapons later on you need a lot more strength and also constitution and some other skills. And you can also pick up things like grenades and make your own bombs and stuff later on. So we not only have all of this ranged and fighting mechanics, we also have the survival mechanics. You need to eat and stay hydrated. So it does combine both the standard RPG style with a bit of survival. You do also have just single player, and later on you can bring in other party members to your team. However, it is all single player. Those bandits that have guns that you saw kick my butt in the intro to this video, once I managed to get my ranged weapons and abilities up, I was able to go and take out the bandit camp, which was actually a mission as well, so I did get quite a lot of experience for wiping out this camp. And I did manage to go back and take down that annoying stone claw. While the graphics aren't top notch, I did get really sucked into this game. It's not perfect by any means, but if you are looking for a roguelike RPG, which is a more modern day type Skyrim, as you will be able to have magic skills later, or build just a warrior class or an outlaw. There's lots of different class types that you can build into as you go through this game. As you'll see when I pick up my party member, the magic in this game is also quite vast. You can also have psychic abilities, and there is just so much to this game I was only managing to scratch the surface on in my 4 hours of my playthrough before this demo. If there is interest in this game, we will look at it on Shadow PC as well. I have a feeling Shadow is going to struggle somewhat, as the 3080 is already struggling to hold 60 frames per second in some of these fights. You can see it dipping down to 60 when the mage is putting her fireballs off here. And again, this is only really in the first area after the first 3 or 4 hours. There's these factions around, and this is the first faction, Underground, and this is where I started to see some of the graphical issues with the game. And looking at the reviews online on Steam and the forums, there definitely is some graphics issues with this game going forwards. It just got a bit jumpy in here, and I started seeing character models disappearing and graphics of the walls and characters just flickering, which you can see here. So there are some issues that need patching with the game, and you can see that even the RTX 3080 with these cutscenes is dropping down under 60 frames per second, when it should be more than enough to be able to handle this game. So Elex II is a lot of stuff all in one go, so if you're looking for a long game for the RPG and survival genre, then this is definitely the game for you. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the game and whether you're going to be diving in on GeForce Now or one of the other virtual PCs moving forwards. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.